Welcome to this tutorial brought to you by River City Graphics. Today I'll be showing you how to place tattoos on the subjects of your images. So to get started, we're going to open up Photoshop. And here you can see we have an image of a girl with her arm exposed, so that's where we're going to be adding the tattoo. So the second thing that you need for this tutorial, besides this first image, is you're going to need some tattoos. So basically I got these from a stock photography website, but you can get them from Google or any other source. So once you have those, preferably black tattoos on a white background, you're going to want to grab your marquee tool and just cut that out. And we can just do layer via cut by right clicking. And then just take and drag that onto your main document. And we can close the old one. So once you have that, basically what we need to do now is just get the black part by itself. And so since this is a pretty crisp image, what we're going to do is take the magic wand tool, click on the white, go up to the marquee tool, right click, layer via cut, and then we can just take and delete the white. So now we have a pretty nice tattoo there. So what we're going to do is just take and scale this down, and we're going to put it on her arm so that it looks like it's about the right scale. Just keep scaling it down. You can adjust this however you want. And so now we can click the check mark to apply those changes. Now what most people would do when taking and applying a tattoo would just be to drop the opacity down so it doesn't look quite as crisp and bright. Now the problem with this is if you zoom in, you can see that basically instead of making it a lighter black, it starts to bring in some of the brown. And if you actually look at tattoos for reference on, say, Google, you'll see that over time they start to fade and the black becomes more grayish than brown. So the way that we're going to do this is by taking and duplicating our layer. So we're just going to drag it down to the new layer, and then we're going to take and control click on the icon for that layer. And so that'll basically make a selection of all the pixels on that layer. Then we can take and hit Alt Delete with white as our foreground, and it will take and fill that in so that now we have a white copy of the tattoo. So now what we can do is just take and drag that below the black layer, and now we can just take and drag down the opacity on the black layer, and you can already see this basically starting to make it gray because we have the white below the black. So now what we need to do is you can still see that this is a pretty crisp tattoo, and it's probably not going to be like that in real life unless you were to have just gotten it. So what we're going to do is take and on the black layer we're going to go up to Filter, Blur, and then Gaussian Blur, and we'll just take and leave it at about maybe 2 pixels depending on the size of your image. And depending on the lighting and everything, you'll probably want to adjust this on your own images, but I'll just leave it at about 1.5. Click OK, and you can see that it's blurred out a little bit. We might need to go a little bit more, but you can fine-tune yours in your own images. So this is basically the effect. Keep in mind that your settings might change a little bit for yours depending on the lighting, the size of your images, and such. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial and I hope you guys learned something. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and comment for a new tutorial next week. Thanks for watching.